Welcome back, everyone, to the RetroGamer3 show. I am him, and I will be your host again. I just got back from a huge journey to get Street Fighter 4, which has launched today. So, I'm going to show you some of the game. We're going to be playing some of the game, and I'm going to talk a little bit about the history of Street Fighter. But first, cue my new intro. Alright, today we're going to be talking Street Fighter. First, a little history lesson on Street Fighter. It debuted in the arcades in 1987. There were huge crowds around this machine when it came out. It was unbelievable. It blew my mind as a kid. We were dying to spend tons of quarters on this game. You could only originally play as Ryu. Another thing you may not know about the original Street Fighter arcade was the original one had two big buttons on it, a punch and a kick, and they were padded. And you had to hit the punch or the kick button as hard as you could, and theoretically it was a more powerful move that Ryu would perform. So there was a big problem with that in the arcades because these big, huge biker guys would come in and just be slamming the arcade so hard until it would just break the arcade, thinking that they could get some sort of super powerful move. They didn't know that there was only 3 levels of strength for punches and kicks at the time. No one knew that. So they came out with the 6-button method, which was a lot easier on the machine, and it was just a lot better for the game in general. And that's the history of the 6 buttons for Street Fighter. Another thing as kids that we couldn't wait for was the first home console version of Street Fighter 2, which came out on Super Nintendo. And, well, the original Street Fighter came out on TurboGrafx CD, but that is way too expensive for any of us to get our hands on. But when it finally came out on Super Nintendo, we were like, finally, and we just stayed up for days playing it. The game came with this 20th anniversary Ryu headband. Kind of gimmicky, I guess. I mean, what freaking retard is actually gonna wear this thing? Okay, anyway, they call it Street Fighter 4, like it's not the 4th one in the series. There are so many Street Fighters that have been out since then. I mean, there's probably over 20. Street Fighter, Champions Edition, Hyper Edition, the Alpha series, the EX series, and all of the Capcom versus Marvel versus whatever games that came out. So there's quite a bit. But they call it Part 4, so whatever, we'll call it Part 4. So, without a further ado, we'll plug it in and show you Street Fighter.
Street Fighter 4.
Alright, let's play some SF4. So, there was the title screen. I'm pretty sure you don't want to see the music video because, I don't know, it's kind of cheesy, but whatever. You probably own the game and want it, and probably already watched it anyway. So, we've got Xbox Live Mode, Versus Mode, Arcade Mode, Challenge Mode, Training Mode, Player Data, Gallery, and Options. We're gonna go straight to Arcade Mode, because that's the meat on the bone. Rounds to beat, difficulty setting. Here's the characters. Lots of returning ones. And lots of non-returning ones. Lots of secret ones to unlock. You can select what color you want, blah blah blah, nothing too original. Now here's what I don't get. They put this anime in that's just god-awful hysterical and just does not fit the game's profile at all.
What an ugly group they are. Good evening. Crashing a man's parties.
Well, you probably don't want to see any more of this, so. Yeah, let's get to the fighting.
These fighters will prove the old axiom today. You will be seeing
And this
red
is all
by
in
the time
HD.
I'm done.
This is 1080IP. Sorry, 1080i. And it looks awesome is using the words as an understatement. The graphics are absolutely stellar. They're flawless. The control's perfect. Anybody who's familiar with EX or any Street Fighter, pick it up right away and start pulling off moves. And I've talked too much about the combo system or whatever because it's pretty much the same. They've added a few things. Performing any of the moves on all the Street Fighters are pretty much the same. The instruction manual tells you all that. So my first impressions of the game were I was not disappointed at all. It didn't totally blow me away, it didn't blow my mind, you know, because it is, after all, just Street Fighter. We've witnessed the entire series come full circle now. But the longer I played it, the more I just couldn't put it down. And I probably just want to keep playing it. Great. Online feature's going to be excellent. I haven't played anybody online yet, but I was talking to Jumble Junkie, and him and me were both playing at the exact same time, so that was pretty entertaining.
Damn. Now's just not the time.
At least now you can actually call it the World Warriors because you're playing against people all over the world, just like the original arcade would say. There are many fighters like you all over the world. Yeah. Come on. Pull off. Super move.
Challenging me after some practice.
And the battle continues. Fight!
Some of the super moves just look incredible in the game. It goes through a cutscene, and then you perform a really, really awesome maneuver on the guy that's very devastating. Almost like it's gonna explode and blow you right out of the screen.
You win!
So there's my little video on Street Fighter 4. Hope you enjoyed watching it. Please subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate that. And of course I'll be coming out with other games later on to give you a quick view of it. And that's it. So I'm RetroGamer3 and I'll see y'all later.
Brooklyn, telephone get down on the door, all over the world.